Okay, so the description for this one is easy. It's a pair of jeans basically just goes on a killing rampage.
Right. And how long ago? How long ago was this? This is a recent
This
film,
is 2020.
2020. Wow. It's it's just wow. What surprised me was that it was really well done. I mean, within the constraints of what it was, right? It the
It was pretty well done. I have
the
issues with
acting
some of
was
the
well done.
things. If you're doing a
I
horror movie and you're cutting somebody in half, or if you're doing something through the eye, show something.
you
They
know,
didn't
I
show
have to say
anything.
it was conventionally shot. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I mean there was
Low
it
budget,
was
though,
it
obviously.
was it was very conventionally shot. I did kind of like the fact that a lot of it was from the control room, and that gave an interesting sense of mapping, probably more than any control room since uh, Die Hard. But it was it I and I also like the animation of the
Yeah.
Slaxx. It was not as bad as it could have been. You know what I
Well,
mean?
there really wasn't any CGI in this.
Yeah, there wasn't.
That's
I
what was
mean,
interesting about it.
it was pretty obvious that there was a lot of puppeting involved,
Yeah.
but it was well done. It wasn't just like somebody stuffed their hand in a pair of
Somebody
slacks
wearing a cool green suit.
in jeans, and it just went bah, 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 bah.
I see. I thought this was so bad. It was bad. It wasn't good. It was bad. It was bad.
It was bad and bad. Yeah.
Like it never came around to me. It never came. You know how sometimes it's bad and it makes it more fun to watch. I didn't really enjoy this that much. I was like, okay,
Yeah,
it's
no,
it's just
I
not interesting. The story is horrible. I mean, it was low budget. I mean, but I give them a little credit for what they did. But I
Yeah,
just thought it was like just the plot was really stupid, and it was just, and then they didn't really show any of the kills. Like if you're gonna have all that blood, why bother? I don't know.
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
like the
I'm
lady
not
with the got the
sure.
hook through the eye. At least show the hook about to go into the eye. If you're not going to show it,
Well, that's what I'm saying. It was very conventionally shot. It was very.
they had people throwing blood on the wall.
Yeah, that particularly later on, later on when there is a large involved massacreish,
Yeah,
it did not hold up at all for the ending. I mean, and it was kind of interesting the way that every shot for the ending for the last segment of it, every shot was kind of weak, like everybody was really tired. You know, I
yeah,
mean, there's a certain character that would have been kind of called the final girl, I guess.
yeah.
And
Well, it's
except
obvious.
it's obvious.
She's the only one that didn't piss me off. I mean, I didn't
Right.
like anybody.
Well, but you know what? That's the thing that's interesting about it. I always have this problem. I have a problem in films where it is part of the actor's job to make me not like them, right? And then I don't like them. and I have to sit through an experience of not liking most of the people in this.
Yeah, but then it's like, well, okay, it makes sense if it's a villain and you're not supposed to like them. But if it's everybody in the whole thing except for one
right.
person,
That's
it's like,
but that's the thing that's really interesting about this is it didn't have to be that we didn't like anybody in it, you know, except for the one person. And the thing is it didn't necessarily have to be that way, but it was the way that it was part of the scripts. The conceit of the script was that we weren't going to like anybody because there was a certain corporate structure that
what
kind
script? This wasn't Shakespeare. And the people that did this knew it wasn't Shakespeare, but it still didn't make any difference. They
But
still acted like it was.
But I'm saying I'm saying that it would have been better. Like we saw one recently. We saw one that was in a mall that everybody was getting killed.
Why can't I remember the name of the movie with the robots? Right?
Yeah, with the robots, right?
Yeah.
But the thing that was interesting about that one is that at least you kind of there were people in it that you liked, that you're rooting to get away. Yeah, well, yeah. What the thing is, they just didn't want to show anything, at all. It was, but I think that goes back to it being Canadian.
By the way, the fact that it was Canadian is probably what killed it for Canadian. Me. Because it was too nice. It was you don't make a horror movie to be nice. Oh, yeah. That was a nice kill. Oh, the killer even cleaned up after themselves. Oh my goodness. It's the first movie I've ever seen where the bad guy cleans up after themselves.
There was an inconsistency in that. Sometimes it did and sometimes it didn't. You're like.
And then I was wondering about the little the logo on the jeans had 4 little spots, and I'm like, okay, does that mean it can only kill 4 people?
Wow, you actually thought about that too?
Yeah,
I actually thought about that. What, did they only get 4? And then what? Did jeans turn red or what? I mean, I don't get it.
And I think they were trying to make this too funny, but it missed the target. Really, I mean, I don't think it was.
Oh, it definitely wasn't funny. That was the weird thing about it is they were trying to make funny commentary, and it just became mamsy-pamsy commentary.
The social commentary was a little much, yeah. It's like, okay.
It was I have to say that overall, the overall acting was actually better than the script itself.
No, it was. I think it could have been better if it had a better script.
Yeah.
I mean, not that you need a really good script for this kind of movie, but
you know what was
it has to make sense.
There was a side angle to this script. There was this whole other where the cotton came from. And
the whole premise of the whole story.
The whole premise,
which made no freaking sense.
Yeah, yeah.
And right. No, why? Okay, so here's a question. I like the crazy idea. Okay, it's about revenge, basically.
Yeah.
Or avenging, whatever.
Yeah,
but the thing is, it's really confusing because it wasn't like somebody, like a white Canadian guy pushed her into the thing.
I know.
She fell in. It was an accident. So why do you need revenge for an accident? I don't know. And then the whole thing, why not just show the thing at the beginning? Why did they only show part of it? Why did show the thing? Show her falling in.
Yeah, I'm just going to say the hardest part of the whole thing was that the girl that gets killed in the end, it didn't look like she got hit hard enough to cause her to bleed out. And you're going, why are you bleeding out? Wait. The only reason I knew that she was bleeding out was the pool of blood spreading underneath her.
Right.
And you're going, oh, this is it. And it's funny. It really was. It was a little random there.
Well, she hit her head.
Oh, yeah. This is the end of the film. Oh, I get it now.
But my point is okay, start the thing off with the lady with the cotton falling in. Why did they stop it before she fell in?
Absolutely.
Because I was like, okay, it was really confusing. I was like, what the hell just happened? This lady was picking cotton. Okay, well, no.
I mean, let's face it. The most interesting thing about this whole film was the spelling of the word Slaxx.
Yeah, well, actually, there were some good butt shots. So, I mean, give it credit for that.
Well, given that they were Slaxx, there was a lot of getting into the pants that we didn't see anything but the final fit of the butt.
Well, you knew that when that first girl stole the pair of jeans, it was going to bite her in the ass.
I see what you did there.
No, also another issue. It was really poorly lit. I don't know if it was a bad copy I was looking at, but when they were in the hallway or anywhere in the storage area, I was like, what's going on? I can't see.
Yeah, maybe you had back out. I thought it was pretty well. I mean, technically, I thought
think that it's lighting issues. That's
well done, but the thing is really the ending of it was just awful.
And Bollywood got into this one.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that was pretty strange. That whole interaction between her on the Bollywood thing, right, was like, I was
Yeah, I would just put that on a loop.
That was one of the most forced jokes I think that I've seen in years.
It was pretty bad. Oh well, so okay. So don't watch this one. Watch Killer Clowns or Killer Tomatoes. Attack of the Killer Tomatoes.
Or,
which we haven't done that one, which will be fun to talk about that one.
Heater Sleater.
Who?
No, what's the next film that we're doing?
Oh, yes. Next week we're going to do Battle Heater.
Yeah, because Battle Heater is pretty interesting.
It's going to be interesting, I think.
So what are you thinking of giving this one? The Boot, right? Oh, wait, no. The Boot.
It's hard to think about this one. I don't know. Canadians probably shouldn't make horror movies. That's what I got out of this one.
I go up there all the time and make horror films.
But it's just, I don't know. It just seems like they're not really fit for it. Because Americans are assholes. Canadians are just nice. I mean, you can't really make a good horror movie if you're a nice guy, right? I don't know. I think everything hurt them in this. They knew it was going to be stupid, but they didn't try. They tried to make it funny, but nobody had a sense of humor. So it's hard to rate this one because I'd give it like they tried and it looked decent. They did a pretty good job. Yeah. The actors weren't bad. They just didn't have much to work with. Maybe I'd give it like a good 2, just a 2.
Yeah, it's funny. I was going to say 2 myself. Yeah. It was not something.
I wanted to like it more.
Yes, that was the problem with it. Is I wanted to like it more, and the other problem with it was this: is it did not meet expectations, so it just kept kind of like crawling down.
Well, the third act was like a mess.
Yeah, the third act was really.
If you can call it a third act, I don't know. It was kind of in 2 parts, really. But yeah, I don't know.
I mean,
the movie behind me is so much better.
It really is.